We're going to determine all the different factors to make sure that we can have success on this trade. Right? So do not sleep on the 1DT. In this video, we're going to discuss loving the process of overnight risks. Now, it's a lot of people out there that think that overnight risk is something that you wanted to avoid. So they go to short-term trades such as a day trade. They think that, okay, I want to do a day trade because I don't have any overnight risk. I put the trade on that day and everything is either going to win that day or lose that day. But I want to discuss the process of rethinking that kind of statement. Now, I don't disagree that the 0DTE trade is a powerful trade and for options. It's the day trading of options. Here we at the Dorian Trader, we sell a iron condor and we're expecting the market to stay within a range. We're doing it on the SPX, the S&P 500 index, cash settled index, and we sell the iron condor and we're trying to make sure that it doesn't go down too much, or we're betting that the market's not going to go down too much or go up too much. But it's the most risky trade based on gamma. Gamma measures how fast your directional risk is changing, because gamma is a derivative of delta, and delta measures your directional risk based on a 1-point move. Gamma measures how fast delta is changing. And so with the 0DTE trade, delta changes really fast. You can have a nice profit 1 second and the next second have a decent sized loss. So we have come up with a trade at the Dorian Trader that represents almost all the great things of the 0DTE trade. That's the short-term gratification, that's the amount of money you can make, but it's 50% less risk, 50% less gamma risk at least, and that is the 1DT trade. But you do have overnight risks. You have the most overnight risk with a 1DT trade because you don't have time to fix the trade if things go wrong. But I'm here to tell you that we've been trading this for over 2 years and we've never opened up our computers the next morning and been in the money. It's been a couple of times that we've been close to being in the money, but never actually in the money. So it's not as risky as you think. Do we think we're going to be in the money one day? Absolutely. But here at the Dorian Trader, we've come up with a process, a cadence, a rhythm to the trade that even if you're in the money that next morning, you should be able to still fix the trade and still have a high probability of winning. At the 0DT trade, it's harder to fix that trade, right? We use stop losses and we come back into the trade and things like that. But the premium can come out of the options so fast with a 0DT trade that you can't use extra contracts, or you can't adjust it as well as you can a 1DT trade or a 7DT trade. But with the 7DT trade, the weekly type of trade that we push a lot here at the Dorian Trader that we absolutely love, you can't make as much as you can with the 0DT trade and the 1DT trade. With the 1DT trade, you can literally make 0.5% to 2% every single day that you do the trade, just like you can with the 0DT trade, but it's once again less risk. It's 50% less risk. It's easier to manage, but you can still get those benefits. Yes, the 0DT trade, you're going to ultimately make more if all else was equal, but I do not want you to sleep on the 1DT trade. You can be really poor at the 1DT trade and actually be really good at the 1DT trade. So do not sleep on it. Let's discuss the process, and I want you to strongly consider doing a 1DT trade. If you are interested in learning the process, we're going to help you through it. If you decide to join the Dorian Trader, we'll help you through the process. We have members that literally go through every step with me, and they're able to make money on a consistent basis. And when they have a problem, they're able to mirror the type of adjustments I make so they can fix the trade. And we're winning almost every single time we do this 1DT trade. And that's pretty powerful, right? That's pretty powerful to know that when you put the trade on, you have the power to fix things that go wrong, because you're going to have some stuff go wrong. If you ever did the 0DT trade, if you ever day traded using options and having a probabilistic edge, you know you're still going to have some tough days. And that's the same thing with any kind of options trade. But if you can minimize those tough days, if you can have a 95+% chance of making something, then that can really change the ball game for you. You can be able to supplement your income or count on supplement your income at a meaningful level. And that's what we're all about at the Dorian Trader. So we're going to teach you how to put on the trade. And as you can see on the screen right here, we have a trade on that we put on over on a Friday. So we had more than just overnight risk. We had the weekend risk. But if we had to pick a day here at the Dorian Trade, if we had to pick a day that we're going to do a overnight trade, it's going to be a Friday, and you have that overnight risk because most of the time you don't have any economic news coming out on a Monday, and you get that fear kind of into the options most of the time, and so you can really kind of make money consistently with that Friday 1 DTE trade. And at the Dorian Trader, we teach you a process. We teach you how to put the trade on. That's including what time of the day you should put that trade on. We teach you how to read it when things go wrong. When you have the trade on, actually, we teach you how to read it just in case things go wrong, and knowing when to adjust the trade, because that's the third kind of step we teach. And then the fourth trade is how to take it off, right? How to take it off after you've made adjustments, how to take it off if one of the sides is basically worthless, if you have some type of negative bid. How do you take this trade off? It's not as easy as just pushing buttons. So you can see on the screen here that we have a trade on 2 contracts here at the 49.70 strike on the put side, and then on the call side we have the 50.60 strike. And this is a iron condor we put on a Friday afternoon, and we are betting that the market is going to stay within this range between the short leg on the put side and the short leg on the call side. And you can see that the TastyTrade platform is telling us this ruler here is telling us what the expected move. So we're definitely outside of the expected move quite a bit on this put side here, and then outside of the expected move on the call side. On the call side, we have a 9 delta. On the put side, we have a 7 delta. And so we have a high probability that we're going to be able to make something on this trade. It is an iron condor, so these are the long legs that we have. This is a 20-point wide spread. We teach you why a 20-point wide spread is the most effective way to do 1 DTE trades when you join the Dorian Trader and learn this process. And so we teach you how to put on the trade. Once again, we teach you how to read the trade, we teach you how to adjust the trade, and we teach you how to take it off. So on Monday, we're going to assess the trade, and we're going to determine what time to get out of it. We're going to determine if we need to make an adjustment. We're going to determine all the different factors to make sure that we can have success on this trade. Right? So do not sleep on the 1 DT trade. If you've been losing on the 0 DT trade, does not mean you're going to lose on the 1 DT trade. Just like if you've been losing on the 1 DT trade, does not mean you're going to be losing on the 7 DT trade. But the 1 DT trade is kind of a balance between the day trade and the weekly trade. The 0 DT trade and the 7 DT trade. The 1 DT trade gives you somewhat of a mixture of both, but you can make some serious money on all. But you can mirror almost the amount you can make with the 0 DT trade with the 1 DT trade. So don't sleep on it. We encourage you to consider it, to join the Dorian Trader, learn more about it, or look at some of our other videos about it. If you have any questions, we encourage you to put it into the comment area. We answer all comments, and we hope that you enjoyed this video, that you would like the video, and that you would consider subscribing to our channel. We would super appreciate your support. We're trying to grow this channel, trying to give the best education we can possibly give on a lot of different strategies: the 0 DT process, the 1 DT, the 7 DT, what we call bread and butter, our safeguard strategy, and our long dated process. We can teach you a lot of different ranges of making money, and we do it live on a daily basis with our members. If you decide to join the Dorian Trader, you will have access to your mic, you will have 911 abilities or 911 help that's included in our trading club price, and so many other things. We encourage you to take a look at our website and determine if you're going to join us. But at least look at more of these videos, and do not sleep on the 1 DTE trade. It can be a serious money maker for you. You just have to learn the process. Do not jump into it without learning, because it's risk involved, but learn the process. And if you learn the process on a high level, you will be able to make money consistently, and just like we do here at the Dorian Trader. All right, so we thank you for watching this video, and we will see you in the next one. Bye for now.